I do believe I'm live now. Good evening, everyone. This is Kim Coles, and I know it's super duper duper late, and I know that my eyebrows need a touch up. Don't look, don't judge. I am keeping with my commitment to go live every day, even if it's really late. So, those of you who are here, when you jump on, it will be late. I'm getting rid of my gum. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Good evening, everyone. This is Kim Coles, actress, comedian, author, speaker, coach, entrepreneur, and almost birthday girl. These are some birthday flowers. Aren't they lovely? All right. So I have decided to make this. Oh, tomorrow's my birthday, in case you're asking. Or whenever you watch this, January 11th. I am 111. That is my birthday, along with Mary J. Blige, Rockman Dunbar. Is that his last name? Dunbar. I should have. And who else? One of the Judds, Naomi, I believe. Comedian Darren Fleet, and some other people too. Thank you. Almost birthday tomorrow, 111. If you're watching this on the replay, it is Friday night, the 10th of January. And I decided to come and do a story time. Hello, Andorra. Hello, Jermaine. Hello, Sharonda. Hello, Sierra. Hello, Lord Tyvek. Thank you very much for the pre-birthday greetings. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story that I've actually told here before, but I realize that some of you may not have heard the story, or some of you may be new to me, and it's a really good story, and it adds a little bit of Kimspiration at the end, because y'all know how I flow. By the way, excuse the glare on the glasses. I need to be wearing my glasses right now. Okay, so in 2018, what are we doing on our birthday? I'll come back and tell you that. In 2018, I had the great joy of taking a trip to Egypt. It is a life-affirming bucket list kind of trip. If you've ever been to Egypt, come and tell me now that you've been. If you've never been, tell me that too. And just so you know, I'm going to be doing a trip there in 2021, and you may want to come with me because it is all the things. I mean, so first of all, Africa. Hello, Africa. It was my first trip to Africa, but it will not be my last. Hello, fellow Capricorn. I see you. Hello. So one of the days we went to a temple called Komombo, Komombo. It's this beautiful temple, as all of them are, and it's ancient. And while we were there, and what's interesting I love about Egypt is that there's stuff that they don't tell you in the history books. Don't get me started on that, because there's a lot of stuff that they didn't tell us in the history books. You have to go there and really have the experience. And one of the things, and I haven't seen it on any of the sites, I haven't seen this story on any site. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Stephanie. You've never been there, Rena? It is incredible. Rena or Rena, it's incredible. Mary, you've never been? It's unbelievable. It's just beautiful and ancient and mystical and sacred and amazing. You can literally feel the energy of the ancientness, the ancient goodness. Okay. So thank you. Team Kim is putting questions in the chat here. Okay. So Komombo is this beautiful temple. And first, let me say that over the years, I've heard people say, "Hello, my Nubian queen. Hello, my beautiful Nubian queen." And you've heard people refer to people as Nubian queens or Nubian kings. I did not know that Nubia is a place. Did you know that? That it's actually a place. It's a part of Egypt. And I thought that Nubian meant, I thought it meant something. I thought it was a word that meant beautiful, or, beautiful chocolate skin, or just whatever. I didn't know what it meant. I just thought it meant something, and it means something because it's really a place. And Nubians are beautiful. Beautiful, just this beautiful chocolate skin that is like velvet, and they look like people you'd see in Philly or New York or Los Angeles or DC or Florida. They look like people that you know. They look like people you'd recognize, and it was just so amazing to see these faces. And I go like, she could be my auntie, and they were just gorgeous. So we sailed to Upper Egypt. By the way, the Nile flows north. So when you go to Upper Egypt, you're sailing on the Nile, up the Nile against the river. I can't explain. So in Upper Egypt, there's a place called Aswan. And in Aswan, Aswan, there's a beautiful temple called Komombo, Komombo. And it's a beautiful temple. And one of the things that really struck me there is they told us a story about, actually, it was a temple that was dedicated to two gods. I want to say Sobek, who's the crocodile god, and I want to say Horus, I think. I want to say Horus as well. So anyway, two gods. And so they had this ritual. Yeah, I thought it was an adjective, Mary. I thought Nubian meant, hello, gorgeous queen. It's a place. Hello. Okay, so you get there and they explain to you that this particular part of the temple is where the priests would be initiated. And it's this deep trough that used to be filled with water, and you could stand over it. It's like, a length of, I don't know, maybe less than a football field, like a deep trough that the priests would have to get in the water and swim to the end wall. And that was part of the initiation. Now, what they didn't know is that they had to get into this trough, and I guess they put some sort of something on top of the trough so you couldn't get out. So maybe there was so it's made of stone, of course it's carved out, and I think on top of it they would put a top. So like you were encased in this trough that you had to swim to the end. But when you got to the end of the wall, there was no way out. Like, you didn't know this when you jumped in at that end, that you had to swim all the way to the end and there was no way out. Now, part of the initiation is halfway through the swim, or quarter way through the swim, or whatever, I don't remember now, they would release crocodiles into the water. So let's see if we get this straight. You're swimming a length, almost a football field, half a football field, whatever it is. And now there are crocodiles in the water with you, and you got to swim to the end. And you get to the end and there's no way out. Now, if you could stay calm in this state, oh yes, I did go to pyramids. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Remind me if I forget. The whole point of this initiation was to see if these priests could keep their wits about them. Because you get to the end, and of course there's a way out, because you won't become a priest if there's no way out. The only way out was to swim below where you were, and there would be an opening and you could swim out and come out the other side. And the opening was big enough for just a human to fit through, but not these giant crocodiles. But you had to keep your wits about you and know to drop down a little bit lower, swim through the hole, and get out. What's the discussion? I'm telling a story of going to Egypt and going to one of my favorite temples, Komombo, where there were crocodiles in the water in the initiation that the priests had to go through. Now they're telling us this story and we're all standing there going, oh my goodness, how did they figure it out? Because I wouldn't have been calm enough to go, how do I get out of here? Oh, let me just swim lower and oh, the crocodiles are coming to bite me. Now here comes the kicker. Here comes the kicker. We found out that the crocodiles were not even real. They had fashioned them out of, wood or some sort of material, maybe clay, I don't know. But they inserted them into the water and they just, kind of pushed them so they looked like they were swimming in the water with the priests who were about to be initiated. They're not even real. But you're swimming and you're scared and it's the water and it's probably murky and you're looking over and you go, oh my God, I'm about to die. Oh my goodness, I'm about to be eaten up. And how do I get out of here? And only the priests who could calm themselves enough, stay calm enough to use their mind, use their wits, use their intuition, and just drop down, swim through the hole, could they survive and be initiated. Somebody said, crocodiles? Never mind. But here is the beauty of this story. Here is the beauty of this initiation, that it required them to get calm, get present, drop down, and figure out what was really going on, because the crocodiles weren't even really real. And it got me thinking about life. How many times are we going through life and it's difficult and we're trying to figure things out and we don't know, and then crocodiles, and yes, I'm doing air quotes, get introduced into your life. So a crocodile can be a hater telling you, I don't know if I were you, I don't know if I would do that. Or crocodile could be a boss who's telling you that you're doing everything wrong. Or crocodile could be your own mind saying, I don't know if I can make this happen. I don't know if I'm smart enough or wise enough or rich enough or thin enough or tall enough. I don't know. We have our own crocodiles, child. We have our own crocodiles. So when I think of crocodiles in this particular case, it's Glorious Jones. It's mind over matter. It's exactly that. It's that the only way you can go through and become initiated in life, I would say, or the only way you can really succeed is if you can use your mind and use your heart and use your intuition and drop down into the solution. Remember, I said that these priests, if they didn't notice that there was an opening, there's always an opening. They didn't want them to die. They wanted them to figure out that there was an opening that they could escape. So you have an opening, and the opening is the truth, whatever the truth of life is, that you are amazing and that there's always possibilities and that there's always a solution to a problem. It's just about dropping down and dropping into your heart and dropping into the truth. Or you might even look at it this way, dropping into spiritual truth or dropping into the truth of life, that there's always a way, there's always a solution, and it's up to you to figure it out. The solution was provided for them, but it was up to them to figure out that all they had to do is go beneath the problem, beneath the challenge, go up under it, and find their way out. And the fact that the crocodiles weren't even real blew my mind. I think it just blinked. I hope this is still fine. Exactly. False evidence appearing real. So they injected this challenge that the priests were open to, like, this is what I have to do to have this initiation. I'm sure there were other parts of the initiation. And then they injected fear to see how they would handle it. And only those who figured it out, who dropped down into their heart, dropped into what was the truth. The truth is there was a solution. Did they pop out and find out, let me grab my air, I'm safe now, and oh snap, those crocodiles weren't even real. So I'm going to ask you, in your life, what are those crocodiles? Are those crocodiles really real? And what crocodiles do you have snapping at you that are false, that don't even matter, that aren't really, really real? I'm going to stop and look at some of the comments and see what you think. It struck me as so powerful that, they didn't share this piece of the story. Like, I took this piece, like, where in my life do I have all kinds of crocodiles, all things that are not really real, that are made up? I make them up all the time. Now, the cool thing, good, one must always go within. Exactly. If you don't go within, you go without. It's so true. That's the metaphor, that you have to go in. You got to drop in and drop down. And so many of us are up here. I know that right now there's so many things happening out in the world. I think a lot of them are really crocodiles. They're crocodiles. They're distractions. They are untruths. They are false evidence appearing real. And they are distractions that are nipping at your heels. When you look back and you go, that ain't even real. That's not, listen, a real crocodile is something to really be scared of. And then the fake ones, the ones of your own devising, the ones that people interject into your life, don't matter. And all you have to do is drop in and get the answers and get the way out. I hope you all like this. Where are your Crocs? By the way, I love wearing Crocs. I'm wearing a pair of Crocs right now. That's kind of, nice little inside joke for me. It's like escape rooms. I've never been to an escape room, Liz. I don't think that's for me. Not a fan. But in order to successfully escape within the time limit, you have to calm your mind and calm your nerves and focus enough on how to get out. I've never done one before, but I'm sure that that is the answer. You just got to calm down. I said this the other night on a live stream. Sometimes your mama used to say, go and sit down somewhere. Go and sit down somewhere. Sometimes you have to go somewhere and sit down, and you will see the crocodiles dissolve. They will absolutely dissolve. So your crocodile is your anxiety. Who else has crocodiles? Who was my tour guide? It was a gentleman named Sameh, and he was amazing. He's an Egyptologist who's Egyptian. So that was like getting the deepest, most rich, wonderful experience. Imagine getting a tour from somebody who's from that place, grew up in that place, and who then studied it to have an even deeper meaning. He was just the most amazing. Our monkey minds create the crocodiles. Calm your mind through meditation. That's right. In meditation practices, they often call it the monkey mind. You are your own crocodile. Go on somewhere and sit down. Right, Mary? Right? Are you all enjoying this? It's a metaphor, but it was really, really cool. And I now, more than ever, no matter where I go, no matter what I'm looking at in life, I do well when I look for the lesson, look for the metaphor. Everyone that was on this trip, I mean, it was a deeply spiritual, rejuvenating, amazing trip. The people I went with were just amazing leaders, and just, it was just, I can't even, there are no words. However, it made me look at things in a whole new way, a whole new life, whole new light, that lessons are available to you everywhere. And for some people standing there taking the tour, it was just a story about the priests and the crocodiles. I began to look in my own life to where the crocodiles are. Liz said, the fake crocodile is thinking that you'll mess stuff up when people are watching me operate in your gifts. Audiences terrify you, but if it's your gift, you will be successful. We should talk, Liz, because I help people with that. I help people find their gifts and then present their gifts to the world. And in particular, you need to be sharing your gifts with others because the world needs that. What if you've got the missing link to someone getting what they need on the next, and taking their life to the next level? Does that make sense? Oh, I'm glad that this helped you, Quaida Marley. I hope I've said that right. I'm glad that this is helpful. Your fear is not being able to care for your little family. Well, you know what? It's false evidence appearing real. What can you do to make sure that that fear does not come true? There's no way that you will not be able to care for your family. There's no way. Of course you will. You will find your way. Do what I just said to do. Drop down, go within, listen to your answers, connect, and you will find your answers, and they will be easy. When they popped out of that hole, it was easy. They could catch their breath, look back and go, these crocodiles ain't even real. Good. Having to speak your feelings out loud is your crocodile. I hear you. I get it. You must get your feelings out. Get them out. And you know what? It's not as scary as you think it is. Yes. All right, let's see what else. Anything else I wanted to share with you? That was just like story time with Kim, keeping it real cash. Keeping it real cash. Sunshine King, you think that's cool? Thank you, Sunshine King. How are you? I see you. Yeah, February 2021 is when we're going back. It's just all the things. And yes, so I promised someone I would answer. So yes, I went inside the Great Pyramid. It is quite a climb. Now here's the funny thing about that. So when I landed in Egypt, I hadn't been working out. Our tour director said, before months in advance, she said, start walking, start getting your exercise in, because you're really going to be doing a lot of walking. And I was like, I don't need to do it. I do a lot of walking through airports because I travel a lot. I walk every day. I walk every week. I did not get my walks in. And so I got there and it was really difficult the first few days. And we were there for 12 days. The first few days were rough because my body was not used to this much walking, and it's hot. It's Africa hot. In fact, the joke I tell now is that when I landed, my menopause at the airport said, you know what? You're going to be so hot, I ain't going to even mess with you. You're going to be sweating, but it ain't going to be me because it's hot. It's Africa hot. Just the sun is like, and inside the temples, it really radiates the heat. So by the time we walked inside the Great Pyramid, though, I had had days and days and days of walking, and my body started to feel better. This is an example and a lesson that your body remembers what it's like to feel whole and to feel strong and to feel good. And if you work it, it will reward you by going, girl, I got you. I'm going to keep you up. I'm going to keep you moving. So by the time we climbed inside the Great Pyramid, although it was still difficult, it was easier than it would have been if we had done it on day one. So it is quite a climb. It is a narrow path in. There's one path in and one path out. And you got to climb inside step by step by step. It is magical. It is unbelievable. There are actually no words. That's all I'm going to say. You just have to come with me when I go back. It's just, they still don't know how it was built. They don't know. They still don't really know. They be trying to figure it out, but they don't really know. That's what makes it so mysterious and wonderful. Yeah. So I loved it. And my favorite thing about that day is I was the last girl out of the pyramid because I was moving slower than everybody else. They all were able to climb down easily. I just took my time and went step by step. I didn't try to rush out. And there was a moment where I had a few more steps left and I just connected to my higher power and was so grateful that day, that moment, I was the last human being inside the pyramid for that period of time. And it was super duper magical. It is a dream. You really want to go, Liz? You will love it. It's just so. And the people are so warm and wonderful. And everywhere I went, I got kisses on my cheek. Welcome home, sister. Welcome home, sister. Everywhere I went. It was awesome. I love you back. You want to go? Okay, good. It's coming soon. Just stay tuned. When I'm launching the trip, I will let you all know. It will be a really nice trip. Like, you will be treated like gold. We will go places. We're going to go and hang out by the Sphinx with no other tours. It will be the crack of dawn. There will be no other tours. We're going to have a private tour inside the paws of the Sphinx. What? Another structure that they're really not so sure how it went down. They don't know. And that's what makes it magical and wonderful. So yeah, it's going to be really private, really luxurious, and really powerful. Is there anything within yourself you still want to conquer? Are you asking me questions? Yeah, I would like to conquer the rest of my crocodiles. I still have crocodiles. I still have moments and issues. I was talking to a friend of mine. I have this thing that when I have and I don't know if you guys are like me. So when I'm feeling bad about something or sad or fearful, I spiral down. Like, I think of the worst possible situation. I spiral myself all the way down to this place of feeling worse than I felt with the thing that was way up here. And so I'm learning how to keep myself spiraling back up into the truth and back up into the light and back up into joy. And as we say, a return to love. I quoted Marianne Williamson last night. It's always when you return to love, all is well. So that would be one of my crocodiles, is not let myself spin all the way down, or if I spin, to spin the other way as quickly as possible. And I'm getting better. It used to be a day or two or whatever. Now it's within sometimes hours, sometimes within moments. So that would be a crocodile, to not allow myself to spin. What you felt in Egypt, you felt in Italy. Oh, nice. I want to go to Italy too. Oh, what I felt in Egypt, you felt in Italy. I want to go to Italy too. It's on my list. Jermaine says, you too old kid to walk that much. No, if you start exercising now, you'll be just fine. Thank you, honey child. Thank you. All right, you guys, I may let you go. Your brother has an 8-bedroom house. We can all go stay there. Yeah, Cairo is all the things. The food was amazing. The food was delicious. And plus we had a private chef on our yacht. Yeah, when we go together, we will be sailing on the Nile for about 6 days. You will sail on the Nile, sleep on the Nile, and you have a private chef. Yes, the food was delicious. It was spiced with, I would say cinnamon and cumin, very sort of Middle Easterny tasting, but we accommodate all the tastes and things. Fresh, delicious breakfast, eggs and no pork because, that's not how they roll over there. But I don't eat pork, so I was happy. All right. You're pushing past 50. You passed the trip. Listen, I'm going to be 58 tomorrow. I was 56 when I went. If you pass 50, I'm past 50. We can go together and hold each other up. Probably February 2021, Keshna. Hope I'm saying that right. Let's go and stay with my brother. Has an 8-bedroom house. Fabulous. That's nice. What does he do? I want to hang out with him. Any tips on good hotels there? I stayed at the Mina House. So the Mina House is a hotel that is the last hotel before you get to the Great Pyramids. So it's the last, like it's the closest, like the pyramids are like right there. In fact, if you look at my page, look at the cover picture on my page, that's me at the hotel and the pyramids are like up the block. Yeah, kind of cool. Oh, Liz, you say you want to join the community mastermind? Just put Team Kim, if you could put the information there for her, and yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I think questions are being asked and answered. All right, you guys, I have been on for almost 30 minutes. Thank you for spending part of your Friday night with me. I love telling stories. I love helping other people tell their stories. That's part of what I love to do. That's part of my gift. It's Friday night. I'm going to relax tonight. Tomorrow, I'm planning a nice birthday quiet experience. I'll come back and tell about it. Drinking the Nile water. I was told not to drink the Nile water, but I swam in the Nile. It's everything. And there were no crocodiles that day. Oh, I forgot to tell you all that the place I went, next to the temple, there was a crocodile museum, and the crocodiles were huge. They mummified crocodiles, and they were huge. And I would have been scared in the water, thinking that's what was coming after me. And they actually had some of the little fake crocodile thingies. They were made out of clay or some sort of material that I guess was waterproof. And in the water, you would have thought that was a real crocodile. The crocodiles are never real, you guys. The crocodiles in your life are never real. Sometimes they're of your own making. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Share this with your friends if this was fun and funny and interesting and inspirational, or shall I say, Kimspirational. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Bye. Good night. See you tomorrow.